and high. Good. 1, 2, 3. Give me just a little sharper high. Bring your high up just a hair more. Okay. All right. Doesn't that sound better? In ministry, there are things, you can be seated if you will, there are things that you need to know in ministry. And they're not always just things that you find in the scripture. You have to have practical knowledge of what's going on. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay, now, it's different for different speakers. The adjustments that we just made on the system may not be correct for every speaker. They just happen to be correct for me. I know that I have more of a bass in my voice, and as long as I'm not too hoarse, that bass will usually be strong enough that they can get away from the bass there and sound all the time. Okay? And I'm just sharing with you. You can be seated. You can sit down if you listen. Your experience in Christ is personal. And that's what I want to share. That's what I want to talk about for a minute. Just as I said, the adjustments on this microphone and on the PA system are personal to me. Your pastor may get up and may need the adjustment set differently for him because his voice is different, the intonation of his voice is different. You may set completely different for you. It's individual. Your Christian experience is an individual experience. What works for him may not work for you. God may give him more grace in some areas than you have. Let me just illustrate it a little bit. Does anybody besides me like coffee? Do you like coffee? I like coffee. I heard the pastor say to me that coffee is his drink of choice. So whenever you're bringing in a beverage, bring in coffee. If he's like me, he'll drink it hot, he'll drink it cold. He doesn't care. I'll take tap water and pour it in the cup and stir it around, and I'll drink it with ice cubes in it, with ice block in it. I don't care. I like coffee. But there are some people who cannot handle coffee. It makes them nervous. It just works on their nerves. If they drink coffee, they can't sleep at night. Yeah, okay. You're one of them, all right? This one. Anybody else have a problem with coffee? You can't sleep at night? Okay, sleep. It's individual. It's individual. Coffee is healthy for me. Maybe it's not so healthy for her. It's individual grace. When you walk in faith, your faith is an individual grace. I'm coming back here with you because I'm one of you. All right? I want you to understand that. I'm not. Can you hear it for a minute? When he stands this way at me. Now I am confronting him. Do you see that? I'm confronting him. There's a difference between confronting someone and associating with them. When I associate with him, I win his friendship. When I confront him, I make him nervous. Okay? In our Christian experience, as we begin to be soul winners, we have to learn how to get beside the person. All right? Thank you. If you cannot handle coffee because it makes you nervous, put a lot of cream in it, and it will tone the coffee down. Okay? Coffee is good for your system. It has all kinds of things in it that will kill free radicals in your body, which might make you sick. It will open up your blood vessels where more oxygen can flow through your blood vessels to your brain. A lot of benefits. about the caffeine in the coffee because you can kill the caffeine with the milk. Okay? If you put the milk in, it coats the lining of your stomach and it tends to kill the caffeine. Why am I saying that? Because how many of you like Pepsi Cola? Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola? Okay, soda is very caffeine in it also. Okay? Soda is not as good for you. Not nearly as good for you. But everyone has their own tolerance. What works for you may not work for me. Now I'm going to catch some fish. Let's see. Let me catch some minnows first. Will you be a minnow? Can you come here? I need some minnows. How about you? Will you be my minnow? Okay, stay right there. Stay. Now I want to catch a big fish. Here's a big fish right here. Okay. All right. Here's a big fish. Now then I need to catch me some catfish. Show me some catfish. Give me some catfish. I need a good sized catfish. Will you eat catfish? You know, big black catfish. How many of you like catfish?
Catfish.
Give me my catfish. Okay, you're over here. You're my catfish. Now, when I go catching fish, I have to know something about the kind of fish I'm going to catch. Because I will not catch all of these fish the same way. The minnows, you can see, they're little fish. I probably won't catch them on a hook. I'll have to use a seine. I'll have to use a bucket or something to bring them up. I'll have to use a net to catch these, and I'll catch them all at one time. Okay? And I will catch them in shallow water. Minnows are always easy to catch in shallow water. And you take minnows with you when you go fishing for the bigger fish, because the bigger fish likes minnows. Okay? So come on, minnows, I bet you want. But I'm not going to catch this fish with a net. This one I'm going to catch with a hook. I know that he swims, if this is the bottom of the river, I know that he likes to swim at about 4 feet above the bottom. He doesn't like to be on the bottom. He doesn't eat anything on the bottom. If it's on the bottom, he won't touch it. He also doesn't like to get up above the water too much. Mosquitoes are up there, and he will go, but he doesn't really like to. He likes to stay about 1.5 feet below the bottom, or below the water. And he likes to be about 4 feet from the bottom. So I know that to catch him, I'm going to need a boat, or I'm going to need a long pier, and I have to have at least 5 to 6 feet of water if I want to catch him. Because he's going to swim right in the middle. Now, because I know something about how to catch him, I stand a good chance of catching him. If I don't know anything about him, I might try to catch him the same way I do a catfish or catch minnows. And then I'll be disappointed because I didn't get what I went for. Now you ladies, you've got to learn this. If you're going to catch your man, you've got to get an idea in your head how that man reacts. Because you're not going to catch like you do a minnow, you're not going to catch like you do a catfish. It just depends on what kind of man you're looking for. If you're looking for a hard-working man that knows how to use tools, then he's going to want probably you to be the kind of person who will help him carry boards and things like that. If you want somebody who's a businessman, you're going to have to come up a little bit right here. You're going to have to dress differently. You're going to have to, because he's not looking for someone who'll carry a board and help him with nails and, you know, he really does not even care if you know how to make good pounded yam, because anybody can make something. He's quickly going to take you to a restaurant and let them make you a pounded yam. So if you want him, you've got to come up to his mental level. Do you see what I mean? If you don't reach him on his mental level, you won't reach him at all. I'm going to tell you, I'm just talking to you straight. You will not catch this fish by anything below your waist. Did I make sense and still say right? That's not going to get it for him. What he wants is what's up here. And when he sees that you understand him, you're going to draw him to you. Okay? Now, if you're looking for a catfish, a rough catfish will take anything off the bottom. I don't think that's what you want. You don't want a catfish for a man, do you? You want somebody who's a little bit more on the ball, that can support you, who's willing to support you, willing to help you make a home. I'm talking to you things that are practical for your Christian life. Now, as a Christian, if I want to capture this man's mind, I will not capture him in a group. I will capture him on a one-on-one, just me and him, or me and him and one of his friends that knows both of us. I won't capture him this way. That's confrontation. Give me a hand. We're going to shake hands. We're going to meet. As soon as I meet him, I'm going to find some way to come into agreement with him, something we both like, something we can both talk about and enjoy, to make him comfortable. Am I talking too fast? Okay. I'm going to find a way to see things from his perspective. Ladies, the man you want, you're going to have to try to see things from his point of view. After you look at things not as a confrontation, but look at it through association. Association is how you will win his mind. If you do not win his mind, you will not win a ring on your finger. I can tell you that right now. In dealing with him as a Christian, he may have had some Christian upbringing. He may have come up as a person who was raised in a Christian home. But he may have walked away from the church because he got tired of religion without any power. Does anybody understand that? We run around saying, fire, 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 and we can't even get any smoke. We shout fire, but we can't even get a spark. If this fish has been trying to be catch, someone has tried to catch him the wrong way over and over and over, and did not use the right technique, and chances are he's going to be very skeptical no matter what I do. That is why finding a way to associate with him is the only way I'm going to reach him. He's got to see me as his peer. He's got to see me on some sort of an equal level. I can't be higher than him. Okay? If he's smaller than I am, that may create a problem unless we can sit down. If we sit down, then we're still seeing eye to eye. But if I'm taller than him, what I'm going to do is find a way to crouch down just a little bit, or I can look more up at him. Because I never want him to get the feeling that I think become above him. Are you following what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to try to win your heart, okay? She's not a catfish now. She's just a pretty young lady. Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to win her this way. I've got to make her understand that I know where she's coming from. Guys, the woman does not want somebody so superior to them. They want someone who understands them. And it's in the back of their mind already that you are going to be nice to her until you finally get a ring on her finger. You will even pull out a chair for her to sit on until the ring goes in her finger. Once the ring goes on her finger, it's almost like you put handcuffs on her. Because she knows from then on you're going to try to control her and dominate her, tell her what to do, when to lay down and when to get up. You'll demand what you want for breakfast. Even if it's not in the kitchen, she'll have to go figure out some way to get it. You will expect your socks to be washed. You will expect your jeans to be cleaned. You will expect the house to be reasonably clean. And you will expect to be put proper feet on the watch TV while she does all the work. The women are starting to look at the internet, and they're starting to realize that the rest of the world doesn't think that way. Are you seeing what I'm talking about? As the women get more intelligent, they will realize they do not have to take your domination and your control. That there are men in the world who will love them and respect them and will not require all of that of them. There are men in the world who will help take out the trash. Men in the world who will help wash the clothes and hang them up to dry. Men in the world who will pick up a broom and help sweep the house. And these women are getting smart. They're finding out that every man does not think the way Nigerian men think. Oh, did I get in trouble? Am I okay? Do you still love me? Yes. All right. I'm trying to show you something that we as Nigerians, did you hear me say we? I live here too. We as Nigerians have to raise in our thinking if we are going to become a superior nation. We have to change the way we think. If I help me out with this, if I keep on thinking as I've always thought, I'll keep on getting what I've always got. If you want something more on your table than pounded yam, you're going to have to think differently. If you want more than 3 pairs of jeans in your closet, you're going to have to think differently. I have to think differently. If I want a Nigerian wife, I've got to think differently too. I can't think like an American thinks. I've got to change my thinking. We've got to come onto a level where we both see things the same way. All right, back to fishing. That was for free. I just gave you that for free, okay? Give me 5, man. All right, now, we're fishing for people. We're learning that we have to associate with them. And we're learning that all people do not get brought into the kingdom of God the same way. Some will come in through a revival. Some will come in because we sit down and have coffee together. We sit and enjoy each other's company and we get to like each other. And he starts asking me questions about life, and I give him answers that are Bible-based. I don't necessarily take him to the scriptures and read him a verse in the Bible. I just give him Bible-based answers. Because I know that's where he understands things. All right? Now, I know that to get him, he does not like bait that stays still, so I've got to jiggle the bait a little bit. Here's how I'm going to do that. I tell him about some of the things we're doing in church that are so exciting. I didn't invite him to, not once. I'm not inviting him to come. I'm just telling him the things that are exciting. I'm getting his mind thinking. He notices that I did not invite him. So he relaxes because he doesn't think I'm trying to pull on him. Then we have a cookout out in the front. We're going to cook fish, catfish. Catfish. We're going to catch catfish and have catfish to eat. So he hears that we're going to have a cookout. I tell him all about it. I talk to him about the last cookout we had, how much fun we had. Us guys had a ball, right? So we just had ourselves. And I explained to him how much fun we had last time. And finally he asks me a question, something like, oh, when is it going to be? What time will it be? At that point, I know I have his interest. He's grabbed the bait. Now then it's time to gently make him feel like he's welcome to come. When he does come, I'm going to introduce him to other people that are very similar to him or people with whom he can associate. He may be building a house. I'm going to introduce him to a carpenter that can help him with that construction. He may be planning something else, a garden, or there may be some other project he has in mind. If he's in the insurance business, he may be looking for insurance customers. Whatever his interest is, I'm going to try to find someone he can associate with. Not to confront him, but to associate with him. Now, the church is not huge in numbers right now, but it will be. So, I want you to begin to construct your thinking in this way so that we can begin to draw the people into the church that we need. We need to look and see what kind of people or what kind of fish, stay there with me, Marcy, stay right there. We want to see what kind of fish we need in the church. We're going to be fishers of men. We want to see what kind of men do we need. If we need carpenters, let's go to some place where they're building a house and take them some water. Take them some water. Find some way to associate with those carpenters and those fellows that are working with the bricks and the cement. If that's what we need in the church, let's go where they're at. Notice, I'm not going to go to the minnow pond to catch a smallmouth bass. When I'm ready to catch the smallmouth bass, I'm going to go sit at a restaurant where important people come, because I know that's where he's at, looking for important people also. And I'm going to sit there and drink coffee. Because coffee is not expensive, so I can afford to drink it and sit back and relax, catch his eye, ask them to bump into him and say, oh, I'm sorry, man, are you all right? I'm going to find a reason. I'm going to drop a deep pin in front of him and walk away. And what are you going to do? He's going to come up and tap me on the shoulder and say, you dropped something. Tap me on the shoulder and say, I'm going to act like I'm not noticed. Oh, yeah, appreciate that. God bless you. What's your name? I'm glad to meet you, David. I'm John. Glad to meet you, man. What kind of work are you doing? You're a pastor. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Create association. Create a reason for people to associate with you. Make them come to you. Don't wait out there for the smallmouth bass to pick up. Believe me, they cannot resist you. If you give them a reason to like you, they will like you. Now, when it's time to catch the catfish, she's a beautiful catfish, by the way. She'd be a great catch for any of you men. Now, and I don't mean to disrespect her in any way. So what I say to you, please don't think that by that I mean any disrespect to her, okay? But if I'm going to catch a catfish, I really don't care if it's a male catfish or a female catfish. All I know is that they feed off the bottom. And I'm going to find her at a club. I'm going to find her at a pub. I'm going to find her associating with others that us nice Christians don't usually associate with. Because we're too good to associate. We might want to, but we're afraid of what this pastor is going to think of us if we do. So we're not going to go inside the club where she's at. And that is where we're going to miss our catch. Now, there's a saying that if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. So if you do not have the conscience for this, if you do not have the fortitude to stay Christian with this, then don't do it. Stay out of the kitchen. It's too hot. But if God has given you the grace and you can keep your hands clean, you can sit in a club and listen to the music and drink your coffee. Jesus went into the clubs to catch the big fish. But at the same time, you're also going to need some bottom feeders. And they may be beautiful bottom feeders. But you have to keep in mind what they are. I need about 3 good bottom feeders. Let me find some other couple of bottom feeders. Guys, will you be bottom feeders? These two guys are doing them. How many of you know what I mean by a bottom feeder? A bottom feeder is one who eats off the bottom. Okay, come over here, bottom feeders. Now, why do I need the bottom feeders? Because I'm going to use them for bait to catch others. I'm going to do this with my brains. I'm going to do this in an intelligent manner. I'm saying, I know in my church I need some bottom feeders that will get saved, get right with God, and love the Lord. But they have a mind to understand how bottom feeders think. I know I don't really know what they know, but they can attract others similar to them and bring me a whole congregation full of people if I treat them right and I get them converted. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? You don't have to stand there and preach a lot to a bottom feeder. They get the point really quick. They're a lot smarter than you think they are. And we